Hi, thank you for watching my video. Let's start by focusing on God Jesus Christ and on his wish for us all, his followers. We must get rid and discard the Old Testament, as we should discard every violence and every human abuse of any form and magnitude. We must develop and practice zero tolerance against psychopaths wherever they are, who they are, what status and position they are in. 1. The nature of power. Power corrupts, and political power is no exception. When individuals ascend to positions of authority, they often face temptations that can lead them astray. Whether it's a local council member or a national leader, the allure of authority can cloud their judgment. The desire for re-election, personal gain, and influence can override their commitment to the public good. As vigilant citizens, we must recognize this inherent flaw and scrutinize their actions. That is why it is a good idea to test and wet them out who is a good and strong person, not a weak psychopath person, who will do harm and ill wherever is and can, just kiss up and kick down constantly. 2. Historical precedents. Throughout history, we've witnessed politicians abusing their positions. Consider the case of the many dictators who, more or less hidden, they want to be venerate as demigods. Critics and dissenters who dared to challenge him have faced dire consequences. Assassinations, poisonings, and mysterious deaths have silenced voices that question those in power. These events serve as stark reminders that politicians are not immune to corruption, and our skepticism is warranted. That is why we need to have zero tolerance for any form of abuse. The first time they do it, they must lose their job, as we, the rest, do if we are not perfect and skilled at our workplaces. 3. Hidden agendas. Behind every political decision lies a web of interests, personal, corporate, or ideological. Politicians may publicly advocate for noble causes, but their true motivations can be elusive. Lobbyists, campaign donations, and backroom deals often shape policies more than genuine concern for the public. Being suspicious allows us to question these hidden agendas and aspect 100% transparency. From, who work for us, are hanging on to our hard-earned money. That's why we must be aware of politicians who promise that they will make lobbying illegal and end this official bribery. If they do not deliver on the promise, they should immediately lose their jobs. Liars and cheaters should not be honest people's representative. 4. The echo chamber effect. In an era of hyperpartisanship, politicians often cater to their base, reinforcing existing beliefs rather than seeking common ground. This echo chamber effect perpetuates polarization and stifles meaningful dialogue. By maintaining a healthy skepticism, we can critically evaluate their rhetoric and actions, avoiding blind allegiance. 5. The role of media. Media plays a crucial role in shaping our perception of politicians. However, sensationalism, bias, and misinformation abound. Being suspicious of media narratives allows us to seek diverse sources, fact-check claims, and form our own opinions. Remember, politicians often manipulate the media to their advantage. Especially, today, the media is owned by a few rich, political donors, or better said, criminal bribery. They will not bite the hand they feed them, so today mainstream media is sadly become very questionable. 6. Holding politicians accountable. Our suspicion should not lead to cynicism but to vigilance. We must hold politicians accountable through informed voting, civic engagement, and transparency. Investigative journalism, whistleblower protections, and independent oversight are essential tools in this process. Conclusion of this segment. Being suspicious of all politicians doesn't mean dismissing their efforts outright. It means recognizing their fallibility, questioning their motives, and actively participating in our democracy. As citizens, we have the responsibility to remain vigilant, ensuring that those who wield power do so in our best interest. So, let us be skeptical, not cynical, critical, not complacent. Our democracy depends on it. What are some ways to hold politicians accountable? Certainly. Holding politicians accountable is crucial for a healthy democracy. Here are several effective ways to do so. 1. Call your representatives. Engage directly with your elected officials by making phone calls. When you care about an issue in your community, call their office and express your concerns. Keep it simple and use everyday language. Share personal stories if possible, as it humanizes the process. You can even leave a voicemail after hours if you're nervous. 2. Send emails, letters, and postcards. Write personalized messages to your representatives. Avoid using form letters. Instead, express your thoughts genuinely. Whether it's an email, a physical letter, or a postcard, your communication matters. Be concise and specific about the actions you'd like them to take. 3. Be informed and engaged. Stay informed about political developments. Attend town halls, community meetings, and public forums. Ask questions, seek clarifications, and hold politicians accountable for their decisions. Engage in discussions and debates to ensure transparency. 4. Follow the money. Investigate campaign contributions and financial ties. Understanding and who funds politicians' campaigns and how it might influence their decisions. Transparency in campaign financing is essential for holding politicians accountable. 5. Demand access to government documents. Many countries require periodic disclosure of government documents. Advocate for transparency by requesting access to information related to policies, spending, and decision-making processes. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. 6. Participate in deliberative forums. Attend public hearings, community meetings, and legislative sessions. Voice your opinions, ask questions, and hold politicians accountable in these forums. Your active participation ensures that they consider your perspective. Remember, accountability doesn't end with voting. It's an ongoing responsibility for all citizens. By actively engaging with your elected officials, you contribute to a more transparent and responsive political system. Always remember, the psychopaths just use us and abuse us, and if we do not stand up to them, they will deeply disrespect us. Psychopaths always disparage their victims and they will double down on their wrongdoings. Do not give them this satisfaction. If you like my video, feel free to comment. I appreciate you. God bless you.